A stack is a linear data structure which follows the last in, first out manner. In a stack, a new element is added at one end and an element is removed from the same end itself. A real-life example or analogy of this could be a stack of plates that are mounted on top of each other. Now, you can remove a plate only from the top of the stack, and you can add a plate only to the top of the stack as well. The insert and delete operations are called push and pop. Various functions that are associated with the stack are empty, size, top, push, and pop. In Python, a stack can be implemented in several ways, such as using list, collections, and queue. On that note, I welcome you all to this tutorial session on Python Stack. Stay tuned for a fun learning experience.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new updates or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video with any queries or suggestions and I will respond to your comments.
So now, moving to the agenda, we'll start this course by knowing what is a stack, what are the examples of stack. Then we will see some functions associated with the stack such as push, pop, top, and many more. And at last, stack implementation can be done through list, through collections, and through queue. We will discuss these ways in detail. Now, let's see the concept of stack. Now coming to the stack, stack is a linear data structure which follows last in first out order. That means the element which are inserted at last will be removed first. That is LIFO order. Last in first out. Now, insertion and removal of the element has done at one end. I will explain you now. So let's see an example of a stack. So here if I am having 23, 45, 67, 89, 11, and let's suppose I am having 50. So these are the elements that has to be inserted in this stack. So now what I will do, so this is my empty stack, let's suppose that, and inside this stack I will insert these elements one by one. So first I will insert 23, after 23 I will insert 45, then I will insert 67, after 67 89, 11, and 15. So this is my stack. Now, as I told you, the element which is inserted at the last will be removed first. That means last in first out or LIFO order. So you have seen here 15 is the last element that has been inserted here. So now if you want to remove the element, then 15 will be the first element that will be removed. So for insertion we are using push. So push was used to insert the element and pop will be using to remove an element from the stack. So 15 is the last element that was inserted. So now I will be using pop to remove this 15. So once 15 has been removed, then I am having element 23, 45, 67, 89, and then 11, right? So once again, if I want to remove the element, then my 11 will be removed. So once again, I will write here pop. So always remember that push operation will be used for the insertion and pop operation will be used for the removal. So whatever the elements I was inserting here 23, 45, 67, 89, 11, 15, I was using push operation. So if I'm writing push 23, then 23 was inserted. Then after that if I am writing push 45, then 45 was inserted. And after that if I am writing push 67, then 67 was inserted, and in this way I can use the push function to insert the element. Now as I written here, insertion and removal of the element has done at one end. Why? If you see, this was my stack, right? So this is my stack. So whatever the element I was inserting in an empty stack, I was inserting it through one end, right? And I was doing insertion through push operation. Now if I am doing the pop operation, then also I am doing the pop operation through one end. So that's why you can see that here it is written that insertion and removal of the element has done at one end. So this was the basic concept of stack. Now let's see the example of stack. So you can see here, this is my pile of coin, right? So this can be considered as the example of stack. Why? Because the last coin is removing first here. So this follows last in first out. So I will remove one coin, one coin. So if I am removing step by step, that means the last coin will remove first, and in this way if I will follow, then you can see that I can remove one coin one after other, and in this way this will be the example of stack. Similarly, the same example goes for the DVD. If I am removing one DVD after other, then this can be example of stack. So the DVD which was inserted at last will be removed first. The same goes for the books. The book which is on the top will remove first, and after that if I am going one by one from the top, so you can see that the last book that was kept will remove first, and in this way these can be the example of stack. So this was the basic example of stack. Now let's see some functions associated with stack. So we are having push function. So as I told you that if I'm writing here push 23, and let's suppose this is my stack, so this is an empty stack, so it will insert 23 here. So here you can see that it is used to insert the element x at the end of stack. So here instead of x, if I'm writing 23, then it will insert 23. Similarly, pop function, as I told you that pop will remove the element from the stack. So it is used to remove the topmost or last element of the stack. So if there is only one element in the stack 23, and if I'm writing pop, then it will remove 23, right? And also please remember that it will remove the topmost or last element. In case of this stack, we are having only one element, so this will be the last element. So if I'm writing pop, then 23 will be removed. But what if I'm writing here push, let's suppose that 25, then 25 will be inserted here, and once again if I'm writing pop, so this will be the last element, so 25 will be removed. So this was the basic idea about push and pop function. Now coming to the size. So size function will give me the size, or you can say the length of the stack. Next we are having top, so it will give the reference of the last element present in the stack. So let's suppose that this is my stack and I am having 23, 25, and let's suppose 27. So this is my last element here. So top function will give me the reference of this last element. Now coming to the empty function. So empty function returns true for an empty stack. So if this is a stack, and if this stack is empty, then the empty function will return us true, right? So this was the basic idea about functions in stack, and what will be the time complexity for each function. So here the time complexity for each functions will be big O of 1 for push, pop, size, top, and empty. So for every function, time complexity will be big O of 1. So this was the basic idea about the functions. Now let's see the stack implementation. So there are several ways to implement stack in Python. We can use list, we can use collection module from where we can provide deque class, and we can also implement through queue module. So these are some ways from which we can implement stack in Python. So now let's see the implementation using list. So in implementation using list in Python can be used as a stack. So we can use list as a stack in Python. So in Python we are having append and pop function. We don't have any push function in Python. So if you want to insert the element, we need some function, right? So we can use the append function, which is used to insert the element. Now coming to the pop function, yeah, we are having pop function in Python, and pop removes the element in the LIFO order. That means last in, first out. And as we know that our stack also follow the LIFO order, the elements which are inserted at last will be removed first. So these two are the functions that we will be using here in list. Now let's see the logic of this. As I told you that list in Python can be used as a stack, right? So here I am using list as a stack. So this is my stack variable, and this is an empty list. And now as I told you that if you want to insert the element, then you can use append. So this was my empty list, that is stack. And as we know that in Python, list is denoted by square brackets. So now what I will do, I will write here stack dot append, and inside this append, if I'm writing x, so x will be inserted in my list. Now coming to the pop function, if I'm writing here stack dot pop, and if I'm writing print, and inside that if I'm putting it, then whatever the element I'm having, it will remove. So let's suppose that this is my stack, and in this if I'm having x element, so if I'm writing stack dot pop, so it will remove this x element, right? Because I am having only one element here, so the last element will be removed from the stack. So this is the basic idea from where stack can be implemented using list. Now let's see the practical example. So now for practical implementation, I will be using Jupyter Notebook. So I will click on here new, and then I will go for Python 3, and if I'm writing here, I'll give the name here stack, and let me comment it down first here. I will write here hashtag, and I will write here implementation using list. So as I told you that stack can be implemented using list. So I'll create a stack variable and this will contain list. This is an empty list, and after that I will write here stack dot append, and inside this if I am writing here welcome, and after that once again I am writing stack dot append, and I will write here now 2. Once again I will write stack dot append. I'll write great learning. So you can see that this is my append. Now if I am printing my stack, so I will click on run button. So you can see that this is my list, and earlier my list was empty, but now through append function I have inserted welcome to great learning. So now this is my list. Now what I will do here, from this stack I want to remove the element. So for that I will be using pop function. So I will write here stack dot pop, and I will put this stack dot pop inside a print function. So I'll write print, and now let me execute this. So on executing you can see that I am getting great learning. So that means the element which was inserted at the last has removed first, right? And as I told you that pop will always follow the LIFO order, last in first out. So if I'm printing my stack, you can see that I am getting welcome to, because great learning has been removed through pop function. If once again I am writing here, let me copy and paste this, Control C, Control V. So once again I am performing here stack dot pop, and if I'm printing stack, then you can see that I will be getting welcome only. So you can see that welcome I am getting, and here stack dot pop, if I am doing, then 2 has been removed, right? So clearly we can see that we can implement stack using list through append and pop function. So this was the basic idea about stack implementation using list. So the another way the stack can be implementation using dequeue. So we'll see the concept of implementation using collection.dequeue. So here stacks in Python are created by the collection module which provides dequeue class. So now let's understand, this is a collection module. So in Python I will write here from collections. So from collections module I will import my dequeue class, right? So I will write from collections, and then I will write here import dequeue. So dequeue here is double-ended queue, and here append and pop operations are faster as compared to list. Why? Because the time complexity of dequeue is big O of 1, whereas the time complexity of list is big O of n. And also in list, if you are inserting more element, then the list will grow and it will go out of a block of memory. So Python have to allocate some memory. So that's why on inserting more element in a list, the list will become slow. So that's why we come with the another way. From the collection module we import dequeue, and then so I will create my stack variable, and inside that I will assign my dequeue, right? So now I will perform the same operation that I was performing in list. I will write here append and pop. So always remember that dequeue will be preferred more as compared to list, because the append and pop operations are faster here, right? And rest all the concept is same. So let me execute it. So now let's see the implementation with dequeue. So let me comment it down here. I will write here implementation using dequeue. Now after this, as I told you that if I want to implement dequeue, then is a class, right? So I have to import it from the collection module. So for that I am writing here from collections import dequeue, and I will write stack variable, and inside this I will assign the dequeue. Now after this I will write here stack dot append, and let me write the value as x here. And if I am printing my stack, so on execution you can see that I am getting my dequeue as x. Now let me append some more values. So I will write here stack dot append y, and after that I will write here stack dot append, let's suppose z. And once again if I'm executing, so I will write here print stack, and on execution you can see that I'm getting xyz. Now let's perform pop operation. So I'll write here stack dot pop, and let me put inside this into the print function. So as we know that if I'm writing here stack.pop, so the last element which was inserted will remove first. So Z will be removed here. So you can see that it's Z has been removed. Now if I'm printing my stack, so I'm getting here only X and Y. So you can see that list and DQ are the same. The only difference is that DQ is faster because the append and pop operations are faster in DQ. So this was the basic idea about the stack implementation using DQ. Now let's see the stack implementation using queue. So here in implementation using queue module contains the LIFO queue, that means last in first out. So here basically what happens here, it works same as the stack, but it is having some additional functions. So it is having some additional functions and works same as a stack, right? Now we have seen that in list as well as in DQ we were using pop as well as append operation, right? But here to insert the element we will be using put operation. So if I'm writing here put of 3, then that means it will insert 3 in my stack. So similarly if I'm writing here get function, so it will remove the element. And as I told you that it works same as the stack, so the last element will be removed first here. Now we are having some functions available in the queue module. So the first function, that is get. So as I already told you, in get function it is used to remove the element. Now coming to the max size, so here max size means the number of maximum elements that are present in the queue. Coming to the next function, we are having empty function. So if a queue is empty, then it will return true, or else in other case it will return false. Next, full. So whenever the queue is full, it will give us true. Similarly, put, I have already discussed about the put, that if you are inserting any element, so you can write the put, and suppose if I am inserting here 2, so it will insert 2 in a queue. Now queue size, so queue size will give me the size of a queue. So let's suppose that if you are having a 3 elements that are inserted in queue, 3, 2, 4, so what will be the size of the queue? Queue size will be 3. Now coming to the logic, so how can I import LIFO queue through the queue module? So I will write here from queue, and then I will write here import, and I will write here LIFO, and then I will write here queue. After that, as I told you that stack can be implemented through the queue module. So I will create a stack variable here, and I will assign here LIFO queue. So I will write here LIFO queue. And now if I'm writing here stack dot put, and if I'm writing 2, so this means I am inserting the value 2 in a stack. Similarly, if I'm writing here stack dot get, so that means I am removing the value from the stack. So this is the basic idea. Now we will see all these functions in the practical coding example. So let's start with the coding part. I will write here comment, and inside this comment I will write here implementation using queue. Now after this, what I have to do, I have to import LIFO queue from the queue module. So what I will write here, I will write from queue import LIFO queue, and I will create a variable stack, and I will write now LIFO queue. So after creating stack variable, as I told you that if I want to insert the element in a queue, then I have to use the put function, right? So I will write here stack dot put, and I will insert here, let's suppose 2. So you have seen that I've already inserted a 2 element. Now let me insert some more elements. So I will write stack dot put, and I will insert 3 here, and after this I will write stack dot put 4. So this is all about the put function, right? So we have seen several functions in queue. So let me write here function. So here I will write print, and if I'm writing here stack dot queue size, so as I told you that queue size will give you the number of elements that are present in the queue, and I have inserted 3 elements, so the queue size must come as 3. So on execution you can see that I am getting the queue size as 3, right? Now I've also told you about the max size function, right? So inside this, if I'm writing here max size is equal to 3, and if I'm writing here once again print, and if I'm writing stack dot full, So as I told you that full function will return true if my stack is full. So here I have allocated the max size as 3 and I have inserted 3 elements. That means my stack is full. So on execution, you can see that I am getting true, right? Because my stack is full. Now, if I want to remove the element from the stack, then which function I can use? I can use here stack dot get. And now if I'm once again writing print stack dot full, will I get true value? No, because I have removed one element. So if I'm running it, so on execution, you can see that I'm getting a false value. So here you can see that we have used the put function, get function, full function, queue size function, max size. So this is the basic idea about the stack implementation using queue.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new updates or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing. So make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video with any queries or suggestions and I will respond to your comments.